Hi guys, it's Avery and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to be sharing with you guys my biggest tips to get your leg extensions higher, so let's get into it. Okay, so I'm going to first start off by saying leg extensions and just like devil pace flexibility has never been my strong suit. I've always been the person like everyone's leg is high and mine's like here, so I've constantly been working on like getting my leg extensions higher. I'm like the turner, the jumper, the one who moves fast, not like the slow leggy girl. So it's just always something I've been working on, but I thought I'd make a tutorial to help you guys. These things have helped me get better at it, so I hope this will work for you, but everyone's different. So I'm gonna start off with like what I use. So just for stretching, I use a foam roller, like a little bit of an oversplit. Not like too much because I don't think like overstretching your tendons is great. So just like a little bit is really good. I do on the right, left, and then I just do a regular middle split. I actually don't really have my middle split. I think it's just like the way my hips are structured. Like if someone presses my hips down, they'll go down, but I can't get it there myself. And then I also use like weights to help like put them on my legs, hold them there while like it builds extra strength. So when I take them off, it feels like a lot easier and lighter on my legs. So I'm gonna show you guys what I do. Okay, starting with like splits first, I just put my foam roller this way. You can also stack it this way, but for me, especially like in the morning when I'm warming up, I prefer to do a lower one. So I just do like a right over split and it feels really nice. Like, I don't know if y'all could hear that because I have a microphone, but that felt so good. And it's like enough where I feel like a little extra stretch than just a regular split, but it like stretches more, I don't know, but it feels really nice. So I just start off with over splits, kind of warming up my hips. Before you do this, make sure you are warm. I've already had technique class today, so it's just, I'm already warm from it. So then I'm gonna do the other side. I'm definitely a righty, so my left leg is tighter and my leg extensions are lower on that side. Let's see if my back will crack. Feels so good. And then I'll sit kind of on this side. It's harder for me to like square my hip on this side because it is tighter, but overall they feel pretty even for splits. So I'll just kind of sit here until I feel good to move on to the next thing. You can totally do this with like one leg on it, like a side split, but I just like to do a regular one for like a straddle. So as you can see, I do not have my split all the way touching the ground. It just never has. Like I can press really hard and it'll go, but it's not very comfortable. Like it's painful, like not in a good way. And so I just kind of sit here loosening like the fronts of my hips, and then I'll also sit in a regular straddle like this, and I'll stretch side to side to kind of stretch like my ribs and the side of my body just to get it ready for those side extensions. Okay, so now standing, I'm gonna show you all the stretches I do. So I'm actually gonna turn my bar this way so that it's easier for you guys to see what I'm doing. So first of all, I'm gonna show you all some modifiers. So you can just grab the heel of your foot like this and bring it to the side, and then this stretches it really nicely. But for me, I like to grab all the way around my toes, and it brings the stretch higher, and it just feels really nice overall. You can bring it front and then go back to the side, and then this kind of just loosens up like this part of your hip, and then also kind of stretching this side, because if you're bringing your leg, it's like stretch this side. So this is my favorite stretch to do before class. It's like foot and hand stretch. And then I also like to go like straight, and then I'll bend, keeping my knee up really high like this to work on like the like after passe, like the attitude, and it stretches my hip and it feels so nice. So just something to work on. You can also work on balancing like this. It's harder than it looks, but I've gotten better at this. It's taken a lot of practice, obviously. And then I just pull my leg a little extra. That's that stretch I like to do, so I'm gonna do it on the other side. So this is my less flexible side, but I've been working on trying to get it even. It's harder for me to like bring it up like next to my head. So just kind of making sure you have good placement overall while you're doing this. You don't wanna be like this or anything, because then you're like pitching back in your hips. You wanna be like lifted and up and supported. So when you do double pay, you have the right placement and you've been stretching in the right placement. That's really important. Start with a scorpion, I believe that's what it's called, except like a dancer version. So I'm gonna kind of angle this to the corner, maybe kind of like this, and then I'll be doing this facing my corner, which is usually the line you do for like all of your arabesque. So I'm standing on my, this is gonna stretch my right split. So I'm gonna stand on my right leg and then grab my left leg and then with opposite arm and then pull it like this. But I just do this before class and I try to do it turned out because that's the line you want for your attitude. You don't want like turn in, you want it turned out. So you can do this. You can also do a needle, but I have to be really warm to do a needle for my like back and shoulders. So I'm just gonna do a squirt. But I'm gonna do it on the left side. Again, my less flexible side. So I'm standing on my left leg, grabbing my right leg with my left arm. And then I bring it up like this. And it just stretches and it feels really nice. And I try to make sure my leg is as turned out as possible. Sometimes I'll even go back like this. But usually this is what I do. And it also stretches like the front of your shoulders. And then for the penché, I'll just wrap around my knee and kind of stretch it like this. And it feels really, really nice. Again, just to kind of help your penchés out. So that's like the stretches I do. So I'm gonna go to exercises. Okay, so here are my wrist/ankle weights. They're from Amazon. I use these every single day. I put them on my wrist for bar, and then for like extensions, I put them on my ankles. So I believe these are just 1 or 1.5 pounds. I put them on, I now have them on. So it is definitely like heavier to lift my legs. So I'll go ahead and just start with like 90-degree leg, just a little lower. So I'll start in passe. I have a mirror right here, so if I look over here, I'm just making sure my placement's right. But you just wanna make sure you're not like, you don't wanna grip your hip flexors. You should feel your core, like the back of your bottom and your turnout muscles. And if you start to feel your quads, that's not the muscle you're supposed to feel. So maybe like just do a lower leg. But for me, I'm gonna go with 90 degrees. So I'm gonna start with a passe and then I'm gonna plie, flex foot, and then go to the side and plie, and then like come up straight. And then I do this about 5 times in plie. And it just helps me feel the turnout a lot better because I have that extra weight. I think this is 4 or 5, I don't know. Like this. And then I do feel like a little bit here, but I mostly feel it underneath my bottom and like my inner thigh. So now I'm gonna do the same thing except with a straight leg. And I only do about like 3 of these because these are definitely harder. One more, like that. So that's what I do for like lower legs. So I like to switch sides so I don't like start to grip the wrong muscles and get overly tired on one side. And the turnout's definitely gonna be a lot less on this side because it's just harder for me. Everyone has like a weaker side. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Plie, side, up. Also make sure not to like tuck your hips under, like make sure you have correct placement and you're all stacked and aligned. Try to think like your legs so light and it just feels nice and smooth. Like that. And then just take a little breather, kind of stretch out, and then repeat it with straight legs, but do only like a few, whatever feels good for you. Okay, so now for like holding it higher. Bring your leg as high as you can to the side. So for me, this feels good for me. I'm gonna like drop it a little bit. I don't know if you can see my foot, but you're gonna wanna hold it, and I hold mine for about 10 seconds. Just like this, and let go. And then I only hold it once because I don't wanna like over tire those muscles and then it doesn't work. So just kind of feeling what it feels like, but you do as many as you'd like. And then I also repeat to the front. So I'll kind of angle to the corners so you can see a little better. So I grab it kind of just like this and then let go. This side is definitely harder for me. So when I let go of my leg, it drops more, but that's just because the side isn't as strong. So just something I have to like work harder at. And then I'm gonna do it to the front. Okay, moving on to like Arabesque with the ankle weights. Arabesque are something my coach and I work on all the time, like something you can always get better. Like for auditions, you have to send in your first Arabesque photo. So we're just trying to perfect it. But I'm angled to the corner because this is like the most common line for Arabesque, first Arabesque. So make sure your supporting leg is turned out. And for this one, I just try to hold it. But first I'll grab onto the bar and then have this hand out to the side and just lift it, keeping a square back, turn out, my neck good, like not ginched or anything. And then I'll just kind of pulse my leg a few times and then I'll hold it with both arms up in a square back. This is a really hard position to hold your Arabesque square in. And then now for both arms up. And I'm gonna do the other side. Now this side is completely different for me because I do have scoliosis. So both my arabesques are kind of affected by it and I just have to see like both, like this side can square off more, but the leg doesn't turn out as easily. And then this side, my leg turns out, but it's harder for me to square my upper body. So they're just different and something I have to work through, but I'm gonna do the left side now. And now for this one. Also do any of these exercises with attitude, which is just like a bent back leg as opposed to straight like Arabesque. So you can do it with attitude or like attitude to the front, whatever you'd like. These are just the most common ones I do. So after I do these exercises and the stretches, I'll just do regular développés en quad just to kind of feel it, and then I'll take them off, do développés again, and then feel how light my legs are. So my foot's like not directly in the camera. I'm gonna angle myself to the corner, just like this. And then I'm gonna do écarté, which is the side angle to the corner. And then this is a Foster open to the back. And then I'm gonna do the other side. So now I'm going to do all the développés but without ankle weights, and then my leg feels so much lighter and then I can lift it higher and it's just great, and my hips feel nice and warm. So I hope this has helped you guys, but now I'm gonna try it without them. So I hope you guys found this tutorial helpful. Again, like I said, like extensions are definitely not my strength, and it's something I've been working on and probably will always have to work on. So these are just things that have really helped me. But I hope you guys have a great day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on post notifications, and follow me on Instagram. Bye guys.